When it comes to the greatest rivalries in Monster Hunter, Amatsu versus Zinogre is one of the greatest. These two have a long history together, to the point where Amatsu was the one who drove Zinogre out of his original home in the mountains. The entire species thrown into a nomadic lifestyle, going into different areas of the region, trying to fit in and trying to find their niche, all because this elder dragon wanted their territory, their original home, to himself. So what we're going to do here today is analyze and definitely come to the conclusion if Thunderlord Zinogre, the strongest deviant of the Zinogre line, can beat and even kill Amatsu. Can he get his revenge in his strongest form? Now, Zinogre in general, base, apex, Stygian, doesn't matter, has always been a apex tier monster or a apex predator. All right, always competing with the likes of Rathalos, Tiger X, Mizutsune, which I think we all know is a respective rivalry. However, with his other forms, Apex, which is a much more boosted version, and then Stygian Zinogre, an evolutionary form because of the dragon element. These forms allow Zinogre to take on monsters like Brachydios, again, high tier monsters, maybe even Elder Dragon level tier monsters. Then you have the other ones, the rare species or the special species, Immortal Zinogre and Howling Zinogre. But we also have to really talk about how these species would fare against Amatsu. Would they win? Would they lose? Or would they perform better than Apex? Let's talk about it. Now, as you guys saw, Amatsu versus Apex Zinogre was actually a pretty intense turf war, but Amatsu ended up winning. But now let's answer the first question, right? Is Zinogre Elder Dragon level? The reason why I'm saying this is because Monster Hunter Rise gave Zinogre some pretty great showings when it comes to monster on monster combat. And this is base Zinogre now. Like, not Apex or whatchamacallit, not a Stygian. This is base. A base Zinogre who went blow for blow with Scorn Magna Mallow and was able to hold his own even against Luna Garen, who's also Elder Dragon level. We also have to go into the category of Elder Dragon level monsters too. Characters like, again, Magna Mallow, Scorn Magna Mallow, Rajang, Basilgoose, okay, Devil Joe. Then you have the rare species like Flaming Espinas, and so on and so forth. Characters that can already rival Elder Dragons at their base. We know Espinas versus Kushal Deora is also a fight here. We also know Violent Mizutsune is apparently Elder Dragon level as well, which speaks volumes about it since how it casually dealt with a Tiger X. Then you have Flaming Espinas, Basilgoose, and etc. And thanks to Monster Hunter Rise, specifically Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak here, we now understand just how powerful these Elder Dragon level monsters are. Even giving them showcases against Elder Dragons, like Violent Mizutsune versus Tiger X. Again, Tiger X is pretty powerful on its own, depending on how you want to depict it, even though I do think it probably could have dealt with, Chameleos instead. Probably would have been a better showing. You also have Flaming Espinas. You have other monsters that fit that category that we all saw in Monster Hunter Rise dealing with Elder Dragons. And the thing is, Scorn Magna Mallow, who's above base Magna Mallow quite easily, because all they do now, since their armor is damaged, they're no longer qualifiable for the breeding season. They have nothing more left in life but to fight, hunt, and eat. That's all they have here. And Zinogre, as you guys can see here, is giving this monster the work. an Elder Dragon level monster and is flat out, putting it on its putting it on its butt and causing it to, well, unleash itself, even unleashing dragon element here. This means that Zinogre legit had a chance against a Scorn Magnum Out, an Elder Dragon level monster that is capable of preying upon it, mind you. And yet, yeah, Zinogre did lose. But again, he gave it a good fight. And again, Score Magnamalo is one of the more dangerous Elder Dragon level monsters, portrayed in the same light as Devil Joe and possibly even Basil Goose. I mean, you could probably also put Nergigante, put him in the same tier as Nergigante, but I highly doubt that. We also know that rare species should also be above regular Elder Dragon level monsters. And again, Silver Rathalos, Gold Rathian, and even the likes of Hellblade Glavenus and Gammoth, which are deviants, also are considered in that tier. Okay? So what we have to really look at is just how I don't think y'all understand just how much that says here. He went from being able to fight against Brachydios, Fulgor, and Janath, okay? Against these kind of monsters, Rathalos even, to being able to fight against Elder Dragons. Meaning that if we do like standard multipliers here, that means Apex Zinogre should be well above his base. I'll probably give it like a 4 times multiplier. Okay, I think that's, should be fair here. Apex was actually able to go toe to toe with a near end game level Elder Dragon or an end game level Elder Dragon respectively. And again, because of the Draconic Lightning, all right, because he has Dragon Energy infused here, this gives him a boost in attack potency and attack effect as well, considering Dragon Energy is known to seal the opponent's power, and adding the Draconic Lightning and just how, much of a boost being an actual Elder Dragon level monster is, Stygian Zinogre should be well above not just its apex form, but even above the Howling Zinogre and Immortal Zinogre forms as well. I would definitely say these guys are powerful, but I would probably put them in the apex tier, just respectively for right now. Because again, they are rare species and they are special species. But again, they don't have too many quantifications for the Elder Dragon level tier, is what I'm saying here. This means that Thunderlord Zinogre should actually be massively stronger than his Stygian self. And I would actually put him in that flagship tier where you have beings like Runar Nergigante and Primordial Malzeno, which are currently right now, outside of the Black Dragons, the top 2 of the verse because they are Defender Elder Dragons, which are their own category. Or at least they're, apex predators or apex tier when it comes to the Elder Dragons, all right? So with that being said here, now we really just have to look at Thunderlord at this point here. I didn't think we probably be here this long. I didn't think we'd get through it this quickly, in all honesty. But again, with Thunderlord Zinogre, his abilities are basically the same as the standard Zinogres, except he's always at his full power. This is important because Amatsu was struggling, or at least somewhat struggling, with an Apex Zinogre at his full power. Now, keep in mind that at his base, he's always at full power. However, he can achieve a different state called his True Awakening, basically boosting his power level to a whole nother mastery, to a whole nother degree. His lightning power being used in ways no Zinogre could use here. Meaning that, again, he exceeds all the versatility and all the power of a Stygian Zinogre by an unquantifiable amount. And this is important here because a full-powered Stygian Zinogre is possibly capable, if not more than capable, of beating Amatsu here. And I actually think this is important for the species here because their adaptations have allowed them to get this far. And we also have to talk about, again, the true awakening of a Thunderlord Zinogre. Already at its base power level here, it's above the likes of an Amatsu. There's no way to spin it. There's no way to, sugarcoat it here. If these two clashed, again, or at any point now, even if you want to say Amatsu has a, what's it called? An afflicted boost, right? Okay, that's fine here. But again, we also saw what would happen if he went against even a Apex Zinogre. That was a struggle. He barely hit him. He had to wait till he get close. And even when he was close here, Zinogre was grappling that dude. And again, I don't think this needs to be said here, but the amount of, electricity pumping through a Thunderlord Zinogre's veins is absolutely devastating. Already at a base level, like I said earlier, he's already at his full power. He's always in a full power state. And then again, he can go beyond that with ease. So in all honesty, can Thunderlord Zinogre get his get back for his entire species and kill Amatsu? Yes. Yes, he can. There is no doubt in my mind that a Thunderlord Zinogre, of all the beings, out of all the people, out of all the Zinogres, I should say, excuse me, is the one and possibly one of the few, one of two, I should say here, that could put down Amatsu and take his home back. So that's going to be all today, you guys. Please comment down below, like and subscribe and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.